he's got a statement to make, right? But he has to get through Space Boy first.
Look, buddy, it's true he's a beast offline, and everybody in the world knows it. He's also super, super good online. But here's the thing. There's only online. Offline is only creeping back into reality, and only in a few places on Earth we happen to live in part of it. And so for most people, it's still just online. Today, even more importantly, it's just online. That's what we're playing. That's all that matters right now. Players are loading into it. Again, we don't know what to expect from Punk here. What character is it going to be?
I'm excited. I'm cracking a cold one for this one.
Yeah, all right. What do we got?
I'm ready. I hope I don't spill this on my T-shirt. That'd be great.
What do we got here? Karin. Okay, all right.
And that's exactly what we said before, right? The day prior, we were thinking in this environment, to get himself and solidify himself into Winners Finals, it has to be his main character. It has to be Karin.
This is the character that he's done so well with in the past. He's had so much success with. He brings it here. Makes sense. For Space Boy, it's the same kind of thing. We saw the strength of this Seth yesterday, but he's going to come in with the super sick hit confirm on his Sakura.
Yeah, the same kind of thing, the same kind of deal with Karin, right? A very much so a character that kind of relies on those hit confirms to deal some of that big damage, to deal some of those carries. So it's going to be a very even match, I feel like, in terms of the character choice.
Space Boy's out of there.
That's going to be fine. Yeah, no longer a threat with that trigger, but Space Boy doing a very great job of not overextending. The sweep does catch people a couple of times off guard from that far. Ooh, that was big, but no confirmed there from Space Boy on that one.
Well, okay, Punk's out of there. Could have been different.
Yeah, I didn't want to deal with any of those plus frames, so I get it. Space Boy doing it again, and the harassment with the chase down. Space Boy with a very, very impressive start to game one.
Yeah, those plus frames on Hokusho, dude, what a read that he expected Punk to get out of there like that. It's a hard read.
Oh, man, the big counter poke from the standing short. Space Boy off to a tremendous start on offense. The forward throw, one more. If it was a back throw, he might get stunned.
Oh, David! Oh, my God. Punk has just got to, okay. Get back to his game plan. The reaction is what he needed to see. However, Space Boy's there.
Oh, no, you're dead. Oh, wait a minute. You're not. I thought it was going to be close enough for something to continue. Space Boy looking fantastic. Is he going to use the V-reversal to kind of negate? No, he's going to challenge trigger for trigger.
Punk's out of there.
Oh, no. He thought he might have had a hit. Because, again, we don't ever see Punk drop it the way he drops it like that.
Wow, I have been impressed by Space Boy for a long time. And like we were saying, this is somebody who I think is absolutely like on the cusp of that huge moment. That game was amazing.
What a bunch of reads.
Not just the footsies and space control and reactions, all of which there were. The hit confirms were there. But the huge reads jump over into EX Dragon Punch. Oh
I almost hucked up the Red Bull. I almost did. It almost came back up. I was like, what? It was wild.
All right, well, here's Punk trying to play a different game. If last time neutral game didn't work out for him and playing on defense didn't work out, he's going to be much more offensive, much more active, and that is working out super well for him.
This guy is a savage. The throw will be enough to do it, and he was looking for a little bit of a maybe throw bait, but now it's Space Boy's turn. We've seen the kind of damage that Sakura can dish out. The comeback is definitely possible. Oh, not like that, though. The Hokusho just a little bit off center, or off the mark, I should say. Punk completely ready in any atmosphere to whiff punish accordingly.
It's one of his major strengths. Interesting. Overhead there, even Punk not reacting to that.
Yeah, and you see Punk immediately going into that space of the stand roundhouse to get even closer to prepare himself for the punish. And Space Boy was kind of ready for that, just throwing a little bit of awareness towards Punk. He's like, you know what, I know what you're trying to do, and I'm going to adapt by throwing out different normals. To start off, at least.
Punk just walking away, trying to outrange Hokusho again, maybe.
And what a button to do it, right? Trying to keep Space Boy at bay with the medium pressure. Oh boy, big confirm now. This is huge because of the fact that Punk is getting closer to that corner. Big counter poke with the crouching medium punch. Again, just back-to-back normals, finding the mark. Excellent choice of universal back-to-back again from Punk this time.
Bunch of plus frames coming out of Space Boy as he pushes Punk into the corner. Tried to get away. Punk, you know, is scheming. Oh, the hit comes, but not in the confirm. Advantage yet again for Space Boy.
Critical art on deck, giant crush counter, not get to switch out of there, but at least building or creating some space away from the corner. Standing light kick, one of the best bufferable normals you could ever imagine.
amazing match right now. Footsies between these two, the risks between them as well.
Getting in there.
Worried about DP, maybe?
That was the roundhouse one, right? I blinked for a second.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, you are at a pretty good advantage.
Punk just getting out of there, using the strength of Karin. She doesn't necessarily care about having triggers. She can just use that red bar to get out.
Oh. And Punk, I'm trying to find like the activity. Oh, Space Boy just found all the right timing to counter poke Punk majority of the time.
Again, just getting out of there. Punk's still down in life though, and in the corner. Oh, it's a huge jump. It's a big opportunity for Punk to really make Space Boy pay.
And the amount of damage and the carry from the double Orochi has been huge. What a call out. Yeah, that was completely read from the side of Punk. Space Boy made it a little bit too obvious that he was going to go for that V-trigger activation. But to be fair, that card hasn't been presented. That was actually pretty wild.
It was just a big read by Punk in kind of the same vein, although less risky, as Space Boy going in for some of the big reads that we saw in game number 1. That tells me that there's interesting history between these two. Again, I know that they've played, but to have those specific kinds of reads in situations like that is really interesting. As we're 1-1.
In that moment, at that time, I don't even know how you could call it like that. But again, it goes into how many times they've played each other. Just that extra intel. Oh yeah, the target combo to chase out just in case. But Space Boy now close to stun. Yeah, had to backdash in case the throw was there.
Oh, a chase! A chase comes.
My.
Space Boy's got the corner and a bunch of damage.
Oh my goodness, so far. The control, plus frames into the trigger. The reversal had to come, but Space Boy did have an opportunity to actually throw and counter it. Down forward, roundhouse for the juggle.
It could have been so much. Instead, completely reversal of fortune as Punk now has Space Boy in the corner. The hit confirm comes, chooses the bar. Yes! Space Boy battles out. It's the reads again. Oh!
No.
The classic, if you think your opponent's just trying to buffer, walk up and block and proc it out, as Punk just did.
I wonder how often Space Boy is going to go into like Tatsu to kind of close the gap and kind of instill that fear from last time. Go into something like -2 off of roundhouse Tatsu into EX uppercut to steal some turns away. I wonder when that kind of mentality is going to come out. So far, he's been playing absolutely solid. So I guess, you know, he's never going to have to really do that or rely on it, but we'll see what happens. Well, something to think about. Here comes Punk now. Full critical art on deck as well. Checking with the low forward master class when it comes to confirms.
Well, Space Boy's doing great on that front as well. He's going to be maybe looking for the corner here. Ah, okay, so activation, meaning normally more of your reversal. It's not even coming to that. Look at the gray life mounting on Space Boy's side. And here it is.
There's the plus frames we were talking about earlier. And Space Boy, a ton of damage is going to be more than enough. She bleeds, and Space Boy makes it count. All tied up here, but it is 3 out of 5, just to keep in mind. I got too excited. I was like, wait a minute. One game apiece? One round apiece?
Yeah, I'm looking for this one to go the distance the way that they're playing right now.
Double roundhouses to check any sort of movement from Punk, just sitting there so patiently, close to having that V trigger. I'm expecting maybe... Okay.
There's a lot of Space Boy waiting for the first move from Punk, as we just saw. Oh, Space Boy gets the corner. They both have done that so far. Amazing.
A little bit of extra mental stack there. Coming in with a little bit of damage. Good and Ken no longer a threat, but I'm pretty sure Punk has enough life to build himself another one. Here comes that activation. There was a hit off the sweep. Man chasing down with the dashes. This time stops it. Punk absolutely knew not going to spend it off the Orochi, but he will spend it this time off of the Tenko. A great confirm and a great ender for Punk. Space Boy now down.
You can only do something so long until Punk catches onto it, you know, and that kind of chasing and the willingness to move forward in situations where it's not guaranteed, but to really press your advantage. It had been working for Space Boy. Right there was the moment when Punk shut it down. And so now there's going to need to be a little bit of a different approach by Space Boy as he comes into this last game, potentially, if Punk were to take it.
We might see somewhat of a tighter gameplay when it comes to like frame chops or whatever, maybe walking forward and tempting with the lights. But yeah, absolutely. I agree that Space Boy needs to kind of pump the brakes a little bit when it comes to the dashing. Punk has already caught wind of that now, but it's a whole different ball game coming into game number 4. Kind of testing each other out with a lot of the longer range normals Punk and Spaceboy kind of checking. Yeah, I like that. A little bit of a poke off of the Sandline kick immediately into the crouching medium kick yet again. Same kind of sequence.
Out of the corner, at least the Spaceboy. Calling out the jump, moving to the perfect spot for it. Oh, nice. Taking a big turn.
Oh, and I like the jump reset. That would have been clean for Spaceboy had he got the punish. He had the right idea. Took a little bit of life for that one, but I don't think he could afford to do it anymore as Punk, neutral jump, baits out the anti-air. Very smart. He didn't press a button on the way down, hence why the crouching heavy punch missed completely. And Punk on the way down with a very, very smart decision, getting the full-on whiff punish confirmed.
And on the way to taking this, he's at match point. A lot of him moving up into this range, and you know the danger of each of those crouching medium kicks.
Oh, now more so than ever. You're seeing the amount of bar that Punk has, being able to convert the damage, get that stun, and we're going to see it right now, right? Not only is the stun and the damage there, but the corner carry getting closer into another Oki situation. Spaceboy, I was going to say, it may not have been a big life lead, but now it definitely is.
Oh, yeah. Punk getting to the point of stealing turns at this. Oh, it's a big chance actually for Spaceboy. Manages to call the right moment out.
And the back throw to readjust. Another forward throw now. Narrowing the gap.
If you can find one more, and it's a grab. It's an empty grab. And who cares about stun? It's the round.
Holy. Oh, geez. Spaceboy.
You don't know if that's not going to be a jump in EXDP because we've seen it before.
Can you believe how far that low forward reached?
It's pretty good.
Oh, and it wasn't the full thing.
Well, okay. But Spaceboy's still finding another one. There's a bit of a turn taken. Still doing that stuff.
Punk God has to be worried that the next time around. Wooden can make it save 2 times over. No longer a threat. But still, again, 2 bars. No problem for Punk and Karin.
Still has that super wow. What a gutsy reply by Spaceboy. Would love to keep control here in this corner.
And look at that pocket he's playing at, right? Just outside of the roundhouse range, safely throwing in those fireballs. So it's a lot harder to react with EX Tenko. But my God, the counter poke from Punk. The slight walk up into the counter hit. Get off me. V-reversal.
Well, this kind of opens up the ability of Spaceboy to get another activation. Here it is.
Forward throw now. That is dangerous. Back throw can actually do it. And Punk knows it.
Oh, it was an out of range option for Spaceboy. And if anybody in the world you do not want to whiff against like that, it is Panda's Punk, who moves into winners finals on the strength of that counter right there. What amazing play. I mean, as always, by Punk. His footsies and his adaptations and his hit confirms and et cetera, from him are just always fantastic to watch.
I feel a little robbed, David.
Yeah?
I feel a little robbed because
Okay.
Spaceboy, oh man, that was the last moment, the worst moment he could have whiffed a V trigger in front of someone like Punk.
Right.
Man, that was tough because again, he had all the momentum on him.
Yeah.
He had Punk in an ideal situation. A lot of plus frames to go with the V trigger ready. Could have gone either way. It could have gone to another game, but either way, kudos to Spaceboy with a very impressive performance, all around impressive performance.